About a minute 30 for race 1 on Sunday Perry Series, the Dave Perry Series, a West Coast series named after an East Coast guy. He played a big role in Southern California clinics and raising the level of Southern California many years ago, 70s, 80s, and still does. 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, still does. So Dave Perry Series Sunday, race 6 for the Regatta. Now what you would be doing up to this point is how tight are your sails as you're going down the line towards the pin. It looks like, to me, it looks like Bella there has got her sails halfway out and she's going down the line. And so I'd say the line's pretty square, maybe a little bit to the pin. So that's why you are reaching up and down the line. Starboard looks headed to me a little. I think the pin is a little favored. I flag in effect. Now Bella might have too big a hole right now. That's very good. She didn't see that guy coming, but she nailed it. Now she should be squeezing up. She just nailed that. And then she should just go. She should just go. She's not sticking out. She started next to a really good guy, and I think she did well. I think she's rolling him. She is. She's rolling 6625. She should press down now and try to roll 8732, which she's doing. All these guys are parked. She should just be footing like crazy, like she's doing. Rolling, girl. So that was just outstanding. 2 starts in a row now that have just been outstanding. 0250. Wow, they started down here with all the big teams. So she should be going into attack, reaching, and then hopefully there'll be an opening in here pretty soon that she doesn't have to duck that entire path. Okay, well, race 6 for the Regatta, Sunday, September 19th, 2021. First race on Sunday, race 6 for the Regatta. Painfully light south wind. And I think in hindsight, the right side did seem to be a little better, even though I didn't see wind over there. So that was our cue to head that way, as if we saw more pressure there. We didn't see more pressure, but it seemed like it was better. The current's just swirling. So who knows what really happened when we're not in the boats ourselves. We're just watching from outside. But it definitely looked like the people that got to the right sailed around people. Looks like Tommy's recovered quite well. Tommy's going to be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish. Yeah, without the capsize yesterday in that second race, which was caused by the board being down especially. If you have the board all the way down and anything over 15, jibing is hard. But yeah, he could be top 5 without that. Top 6. But that's okay. Sailed really confidently. He does his thing. Him and Preston do their thing together. Okay, so we're coming out of this reaching, almost beam reaching. Pole's very close to the head stay at first. Poles are level. You don't want your pole way up. You want the clues essentially level. Like you see the blue and yellow kite there, the pole's too high. The tack is way high. That's going to cause the leech to hook, which is going to make him over trim his main. A low pole opens the leech of the spinnaker. A high pole closes the leech of the spinnaker. And so right now in reach mode, you don't want a high pole. I would be really disappointed if Tommy jibed, but he did. He doesn't look bad with pressure though. But I don't know why you would do something so different than everybody else, but maybe he felt like he was gonna get rolled, so he wanted to just get out. But when you round 10th and every other boat in the top 10 doesn't jibe, it's a little questionable, but I like his confidence. And there's Bella rounding with the purple kite there, also jibed. Okay, we'll see what happens. Tommy did an early jibe. He's going to be a pink spinnaker you can't quite see right now. You can see him through the red, white, and blue one. Petey, what Pete does is he sits the crew forward. Pete doesn't worry about much where he sits. And they just keep that spinnaker locked in, playing it very tiny bit and just being patient. All these other boats jibe through the middle. Pete just sailed over here very calmly, and it's just a huge lead. It's really good to see a team that is good in the breeze and then comes out the next day in light air and just puts on a clinic on the first run. I think he just felt like everybody jibed and he didn't need to jibe. He was still not far enough to an edge. Crisscrossing the middle a little, the entire fleet did. He just went a little further. He's not laying the gates, but he just went quite a bit further actually. Who knows what works all the time, but it was just a good thing. See how the spinnaker just floats out there and he just stays very calm. They don't move very much. The crew's just up against the shrouds, just to make sure the stern's out of the water, not dragging. Now just cleats the main and he cleans up the spinnaker halyard. This looks like the wind has shifted to the right to me, so maybe the other mark is further upwind. We'll be able to tell after he goes around. So these teams back here look lifted on starboard, so that means the wind is coming a little bit more from the right here. And I'll be able to tell once he goes around. You watch him round, and then you try to figure out if it was a starting line, where would you start? Just by looking at his angle. They have such a big lead, they don't have to worry about the jib. Okay, if that was a starting line, I think I would start at that other far buoy, but it could be square. Either way, the gate's not way out of whack. Okay, here comes Tommy Rudowitz. He's in second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. He's probably still 10th. He does not have a bad angle. His spinnaker doesn't look that soft, so that's a good sign. Downwind, I think port tack is headed. So I think that buoy is further upwind. I think port tack is headed compared to starboard right now. Just a little bit. Now, look at the starting line here, I mean the gates, and look at their exit angle. They're parallel to the gate angle, more parallel. So that means that this buoy here is further upwind. If this was a starting line, we'd be starting right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is rounding the other end. Tommy's easy top 10. Really great performance. Now main goes across, jib comes in really slow here. Slow on the jib. Good job. Cool. Tommy rounded 6th. Here comes Bella. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10, 11. So she's around the 15 range. She should be going full bore for this gate. I know this, she might not know it, but again, I think port tack is headed. I think the wind is coming from the right a little. It looks windier on the right. I'm really happy with Tommy Rudowitz right now. He just got, of course, yeah, it was once around, dude. Oh, Bella got starboard tacked here. She's got to be careful. But she wants this side so much. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Tommy, let's go see. Maybe you getting a 5th here. A couple minutes before race 7. The second race on Sunday. These boats are coming down the line parallel to the starting line, and their jibs are more than halfway in. And the boats that are going the other way, parallel to the line the other way, not many doing it now, can have their jibs further out. That indicates that the boat end is favored. The boat end is further upwind. So that's the reaching method of checking your line. Coming up on 1 minute with the 1 minute flag up. going down right now. Okay. Current's not a factor, so if you're barging, you got to get out of there now. If you're like 8733, you got to get out of there now. I think that guy's going to be in trouble. Bella's going to just come coasting in through here. This is interesting. Oh, Tommy might be late. I'm a little concerned. They really want the right bad because the last race the right paid. So we can't be obsessed with which side is paying. The people that place the best are consistently going well on close hauled course after the start. They get out of the starting area and get going. Now it's good. It's good to have a plan to where you want to go, but the side is not everything. Skill is a lot. Ooh, this is interesting. Theoretically, the tide is going out. It's supposed to be going from our right to left here, so the boat should open up. Yeah, there's boats that have broken the round the ends rule. I don't see Bella. Oh, here's Bella right here. And these guys have to round and end. So this is tough on them. Yeah, PD's doing a good job here. There's my boy. Gonna be the hardest left again over there. Our game plan was to go right, but you know, sometimes the race just dictates what happens. Here's Bella right in the middle. She wanted to go right too, but you know, the boat in, what we learned on that start is when the committee boat's heavily favored, it's probably going to be a mess. And so your chances of coming out there are decreased. So you want to get as close as you can to the committee boat in, but you want to, I would have set up, I would have been trying to aim for 2 or 3 boat lengths at least to lure to that, maybe 4 or 5. So I'm not in the middle of the line, not giving up the favorite end, but I start right underneath the boat next to me, not in the mess. So that would have been our goal. And then what you have to do if you are buried is you got to look at your telltales and you got to play the jib and play the main and make the boat close reach before you try to point high. When you're in bad air and getting ping-ponged, you can't tack and immediately go close hauled and things. You got to start reaching a little and playing the jib and flying the telltales together. Okay, well, Tommy's still going. Look at that dude. He loves it. He's got so much confidence. And he got a 5th the last race by playing the right after an average start. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. 2 first beat. Remember, it got windier. And you see the power they've got. She's actually hiking as the skipper. Look how far out the jib blows. She's outside the spreader. When the boat feels good, we got to get it inside the spreader. See how low she's having to go. So it's a complicated boat. The leech has no stability. There's no battens in it. So as soon as the wind builds, the leech stretches. Tommy had to tack again because he had bad air. And a bunch of people overstood the mark. There's some people over there that are 20 boat lengths past the ley line. And so that's going to help us. I'm impressed with Bella having the guts to just go ahead and go out here and get a lane. You guys are good at sailing Club 420s. You're not trying to play the middle and do too many crazy things. You're trying to just get out into an open area and go fast.